Alright, HadesOmega here. It's the next day, and HadesOmega is rested, and we're gonna go build this PC finally. Okay, so here it is. Okay, and yeah, so let's get to it. So everything is all nice and clean already. All right, we cleaned it in the last video. I've got most of the components in here. Some of them won't be going back, or we'll be replacing them. Yeah, that will not be going back. Okay, that's why it's still dirty. Okay, this is the old motherboard with the CPU and everything in it. There's the side case. There's the other side over there. And then there's a pile of PC parts here that need to go on. Okay, so let's go do it. Okay, first thing I want to do is let's get this out of the way. Yeah, so we'll kind of be working on the bed today. I want to say eventually it's going to go in the case, but so the first thing I want to do is install the CPU cooler, or at least the CPU cooler mount, so we don't have to install the actual cooler on quite yet until we get it in the computer. I've already installed the CPU. It should be fine. And I might want to dust this a little bit too. It's kind of dusty already from just sitting in my room, so I'll go dust it in the garage real quick. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take these mounts off on the board. How are these installed? Okay, yeah, there's a plate on the back. So logic would suggest if you don't want that plate to fall off, only take 2 of the screws off at a time. Okay, so if we take these 2 off, we could take that out, and the plate won't fall off. And then we'll just replace. So let's go take a look at the CPU cooler. All right, so this is the AMD one. We're not going to be using this, but I probably went over it in the earlier video. But this is, I think, called the Wraith cooler. That's what AMD calls it, and it's the stock cooler for the Ryzen 5600X. Okay, this little guy. It's a heatsink with a fan on top. Okay, I don't like this design. All right, because there's a fan. Is this blowing or sucking air? I think it's sucking air into the heatsink, which is, it's okay. I guess that would work. But the way the fans are pointed, these guys they blow air straight into the motherboard. So. Which is, I mean, I guess this will be okay, but we want to whisk the heat away as much as possible, and that's what this CPU cooler does. All right, okay, we're gonna install this one next, pretty much. This is what we're gonna install. All right, this is the Scythe Mugen5 Revision C. Okay. And then yeah, it works with Intel, AMD, and then socket AM3 and AM4. Okay, just going to take this out real quick. But yeah, let me go. I haven't really cleaned this yet. Like I said, this is a used board I got off of somebody. And then so let's see what's in this first. Okay, if you guys are wondering what's inside a Mugen 5. Dump it. I already seen what's in here, but there's some pretty interesting stuff. There's the manual, okay, and all the mounts and stuff. Holy moly, dude! Look at, it's literally the heft of this package. All right, well, it's still pretty heavy, but the reason this box is so heavy is because all these mounts. All right, they use steel mounts. See how these are plastic? I'd imagine these will probably break if screwed that into it. All right, so we got to go figure out which one of these mounts go onto here. They even give you a handy dandy screwdriver. That's nice. It's probably a Japanese screwdriver too. It's the Japanese Phillips. So, and it looks like they give you some kind of a heatsink compound, maybe thermal grease. Yep. But I bought some Arctic silver, and that's what we'll be using. So, okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna take this to the garage real quick. Blow the little bits of dust off of it, and then we'll get started. Okay, here's the manual for the Mugen 5. So this says Intel. This is all the stuff that we have. And yeah, and then this is the fan right here. Yeah, so it says it tells you the direction the fan flows. All right, so where the Scythe logo is, that's where it flows into this. All right, so it would suck the air into here and back out this way. Okay, so that's how that works. So if you want, so I want this thing to blow, I want this to blow air through the heatsink. All right, because at least, well, we'll find out when we install it in the case. So because it has to blow the air outside of the case, not in the case. All right, so I tried to clean it as best as I could, and there's still some kind of dust stuck to it, but I just blew it with some air. Okay, so okay, and then in the back here there's a AMD. All right, AM4, AM3, AM2, FM2, and FM1. So it says to remove the mounts. All right, these guys, and then we're going to install these these rubbers. Yeah, we're going to install some rubbers. So let's go. Okay, we've got some metal mounts here. We've got what look like the fan clips. There's 4 of them, so that means you can install 4 fans on the case. Yeah, if I wanted to, I could take that Ultra Kaze off. It's okay. And then we've got another mount here. I think this is for the Intel. And then we've got our grease here. Silicone grease. Oh, not silicone. It's heatsink grease. And then we've got a bunch of thumb screws and screws. And then those, they're not rubber. They're plastic. They have the consistency of plastic, that's for sure. Okay, so we need to get 4 of those out. Okay, well, let's just start taking these mounts out with the supplied screwdriver. I've never seen a screwdriver like this. It's kind of weird. It's got like a stubby handle, but it's got a long thing. Okay, I don't know if we're going to reuse that. Whoop. Okay, I dropped the screw into the fan. That's not good. Okay, take that out. And then we'll drop this in next. I don't think it matters what direction. Ooh, wait, there is a rubber on one side. There's a rubber on one side and there's a hard plastic on the other side. So I think the rubber, according to this, the rubber is supposed to be facing upward. Alright, so there's the rubber right there. There's a hard side and there's a plastic side. Put that in there. Okay. And then you're going to put one of these guys. Why is there so many in the bag? Supposedly it has different holes for different chipset. Oh boy. Okay, there's a straight one. Straight ones we don't use. So I think we're only going to use these ones. Alright, there's ones that curve inward like that. Alright, and it's saying that there's a socket, the AM4 should be on the inner ones. So it's like a peanut shaped hole in it. Okay, so according to the picture, it should be installed like that. With there's a it kind of rises up, all right, and it goes back down. That's how you want it. Okay. Oh, it goes this way. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, we got to take them all off. Okay. I think the plate's gonna fall off if I take them all off. That's what I didn't want to happen. Oh well, it's okay. It's on the motherboard thingy. So. Oh. Why say? The whole thing fell out, see? Okay, and so we got to use number 9, the AMD screws. Screws provided for the AMD. Hey, look, I got a bunch of thumb screws with it also. I guess some of this stuff that I'm not going to use, since I don't have an Intel chip, I can use it for something else. So there's two of those. So they're just longer screws, basically, than the motherboard ones. Doop. All right. Okay, this has got to be on there like that. That. And then this is going to be like this. This is not easy to install. This doesn't want to stay in place. What I would do is, I guess, put all this together first and then screw it in. So it's the inner holes. Yeah, the inner holes that we're using. What happened to the other? Here. It's weird. It installs totally different to how the stock mounts are. I don't know if there's some kind of special torque spec. That's a good question. Let me read that. Yeah, there's no special torque spec. Just snug. Okay, and now that I guess that half of it's already installed, the rest should be easy. We don't have to worry about that plate sinking into the motherboard anymore because it's held up on the other side. Okay. So I'd imagine they give you a certain size screwdriver so you don't over tighten it. Okay. I don't want to over torque it, crack something, break something, strip something. Okay, should be good. Plenty strong. And then now we gotta install the CPU cooler, but I think I will do that when we have it inside the case. Okay, so we're done for now. All right, so I just installed the CPU cooler mounts. All right. Instead of using these, so this is the old hardware right here. This plastic stuff and these smaller screws, and we use this metal stuff. All right, this metal stuff with these plastic posts and anti-vibration inserts. Okay, pretty cool. So I guess I will put this away now. I guess this is Intel stuff, so I don't know if I get an Intel motherboard and I want to use this CPU cooler some other day, and maybe I want to hang on to this stuff. Okay, and at some point we're going to have to install the fan too. So, okay, so that's the first step. All right, here we go. Okay, well, blam! This is what we're installing next. All right, Scythe Kazemaster. All right, 4-channel fan controller. All right, HadesOmega likes full control over his fans, except for the CPU one. The CPU one can do what it wants. Let's go open it up. Like I said, I've already got one of these installed. This is just to replace the one that's in there because it's been in there so long and it's not in good shape. So So we're going to install a brand new one. I was so happy and impressed with the quality of this before that we're just going to install a new one. All right, so there it is. That's the unit itself. Beautiful, brand new. Let's take it out of the packaging. So this is the next thing we're going to install, or replace in this case. So we've got new cables, new power thing. So I think I will replace all this. Okay, so these are the probes, I think. Yeah, these are the probes. So let's go do it. I got little screws. So first let's go change out the faceplate. Okay, so what HadesOmega is going to do is, so my case has these kind of mounts that go on the side of the whatever you're installing in the drive bay, and then you could just press it in there and it'll click. But I don't want that. I just want it to be installed permanently. For as long as I've had this thing, I've never taken it out, alright? So there's no reason for me to really take it out once it's in there, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is redo the wiring, okay? So all the wiring I'm going to replace, okay? So with all this newer stuff, like I mentioned, this one was in a house fire, so that's the reason why I was replacing it. See, the knob is missing. Some of the LEDs don't work anymore. And yeah, but this is basically the same exact thing. Look at it. Same exact thing, it's just brand new, okay? It still works, guys. It still works, but yeah, it has water. See, it is like water. This is some of that stuff from the fire, okay? So I don't want that stuff in there. So, and we're not going to use this bracket. I will save this bracket for something else though. So, okay, because I don't have them anymore. So we're going to use a screw instead. So hopefully we can find a screw that fits in here. So for now, we'll install the new probes and all that stuff. If it looks okay, maybe I'll still use it. All right. So, but like I said, this stuff was in the fire. I want to replace it with some new stuff. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Sorry. Look at my hairy legs. So all the I want to do the Kazemaster first. What's over here? Oh, this is just the cover. Yeah, we can put this back in. It's still kind of dirty, man. Hold on, let me clean that a little bit. Yeah, I got a wet wipe right here. Let's try to clean out some of this dust, man. Some of this dust is just relentless. It just sticks. Okay, same with these guys. So we're going to work on the front stuff first before we put the motherboard in, because I think it'll be easier that way. I should just take this Blu-ray drive. So this is what I'm talking about. It uses no tools to install. You can pull this out if you wanted, but it doesn't want to come out. It's fine. Just leave it in there. Don't mess with it. I need it. It's my Blu-ray burner. So. Okay. So now that's nice and clean. Sort of, kind of. This hinge isn't clean. So I don't think this has anything to do with it. And I don't think this does. But I think this is the power cord for it. So let's do that first. So yeah, this is the power cord. So let's go ahead and undo this. I'm not sure. I think this is for a floppy disk drive or something. That's what it looks like. So we'll go. So this is that. So I'm gonna go find that in the case, which is somewhere in this rat's nest of wires. Okay. All right. Okay. So also one thing I want to do is unplug the floppy disk drive. Okay, because that motherboard doesn't have a floppy disk drive thing anymore. So I can take this out It'll free up some space in there, and it'll look a little less cluttered. So bye-bye floppy drive. Alright, so the floppy, I'll leave the floppy drive there because I don't have the cover for it anymore. The floppy drive is just going to be there just for decoration, okay guys? It's not really going to do anything. I don't know if they sell like a USB floppy drive or a SATA one. I seriously doubt it. There would be a big waste if you use a SATA for that. So I'm going to, yeah, I'm just going to unplug it. We're not going to even use it. Okay. Alright, and then I've got the new cable ready to go. Alright, that's the old cable right there. Okay, so one of the things I didn't do very well with my last build, alright, was cable management. I'm going to try my best to make the cables neater. And to do that, I've got zip ties, alright? So we'll use zip ties. But yeah, so most of the stuff I want to try to get out of the way is right here. It's already out of the way anyway, so I've already kind of did a good job of it. Think about it. So I'm just gonna try to keep everything neat as much as possible. Okay, so far I've taken a temp 3 and temp 2 temperature probes out. I just found them right here. I don't know what they were doing there. 3. I think I want the first one. Yeah, I think I want the first one to be. I want fan 1 to be my main fan. So I think we're gonna do this one next. But I got the power. So the power is right here. It just splices in to a Molex connector, which is kind of annoying. These Molex connectors take up so much space. I hate them. So what I wind up doing later is probably zip tying this to this little thing here with the holes to make it neater, but let's leave it loose for, I don't know, yeah, let's leave it loose for now so we make sure we got enough cable. Okay. All right, next is we're gonna replace all the fan power cables. So they're right here. Okay, so they're all labeled fan 1, 2, 1, and 4. So I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna replace each one. All right, and I'm gonna try to make it neater. All right, you can see I actually did a pretty good job right here. It's not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. So there's a fan here. There's the 2 fans that are here, and there's a fan here. I think that's all I have. Yeah, those are all the fans I got right now. So what I could do is I could control because I got 2 fans here. I can control each of these independently if I wanted to, but I just kind of linked them together. I just have it connected to one. So I just feel it's simpler like that. Also, the new front plate I have has a fan controller on it also, but it's only like a 1 channel. This is a 4 channel. I think 2 is this one here. So and then this is 3. Yeah, so anyway, I'll replace each one, all right, with the same number basically. Okay, but I think I want 1. Well, 1 will be the case fan, the main case fan, the huge fans. Okay, and then after that we'll run the probes. Basically, I'll just replace the probes. All right, these guys with where these guys are. All right, so these are the old probes. We'll install the new probes. Okay, so I just ran fan 3. All right, fan 3 is the easiest one. It just goes from here and it follows this little rail here and it goes down here. It goes to the super ultra kaze fan here. Okay, and then I just stuck it in the hole right here for the fan mount because it only uses the back mounts. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty good. I think that's pretty. I will add a zip tie to this later. I might run something else here, so I don't want to zip tie it quite yet. That's what I want to say. But yeah, keeping it here keeps it tidy, and the case won't touch it or anything. So that's good. Okay, and then I'm going to start. It's going to get real confusing soon. So this is the fan 3. Oh, it says it here. It says temp 3 here, but this one doesn't say fan 3 on it. So I'm going to start plugging them in as I go along. Okay, so if you look at the back of this, There's this is the power. It's not too hard to figure out. There's the power. This is the these are the temp sensors, I think. This is a jumper right here. See, it says C and F, so you can put in Celsius or Fahrenheit. I'm not really sure what I want. I'll probably should just put in Fahrenheit. So I got a good idea. Like 100 degrees, that's hot. You know, it's pretty easy to figure out, right? And then right here, there's fan 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the fan one is the one that's confusing because they're not labeled. So they're labeled where the fan is, but they're not labeled at the other end. So yeah, you'll have to figure it out. So before I start mixing them all up, I'll do that. Okay, if it could be all messy back here too. I guess it doesn't really matter. I don't mind here. Just this area I want to keep as clean as possible, right, for the wiring. So I'm gonna try that to the best of my ability. But it's all these SATA cables and stuff, man, they just, what a pain in the booty. Maybe I can have it coming out this way. These holes, maybe? I don't know. We'll figure something out. Okay, anyway, yeah, so I'll start plugging them in, and then we'll install this later. So okay, so I'm reading the manual here, and I was looking at the other one. So this has got some kind of alarm on it. I want to disable that. So number 5, the on-off jumper for the speaker. So I want to turn the speaker off. So basically what I did on the other one is I took the jumper off and I just put it on sideways. Like that. Okay. So that should disable the speaker. This is the power cable we ran already. What are these? Number 7 is connector for sensor cable. Okay, yeah, these, so I guess you can plug it in any direction you want. And so this is the, you choose between Celsius and Fahrenheit. I want Fahrenheit. Okay, that's what my other one was set at, so we'll keep it Fahrenheit. It's just easier for me to, because of where I live in the United States, we use Fahrenheit more often. So okay. Okay, and then yeah, we'll plug everything in one by one. So there we go. This, so the front plate is configured. Now all we got to do is plug it in and install it. Cool. All right, and then yeah, so these are the, this is the instructions. Connect the sensor with the corresponding letters printed temp 1 to RT1, temp 2 to RT2. Okay. Example, the temp. I guess it doesn't matter what direction, but it looks like the darker, the red cable, goes towards where the writing is. So that's what I'll do. Okay, we'll have all the reds facing up. I don't think it matters for the temperature, but that's why it's not keyed. Okay. Oh, here's a little info on this, the alarm. So there's 3 things that will set the alarm off. When the temperature goes beyond 75C or 165F, that's very hot, the temperature will blink and the alarm will sound. And then when the fan becomes malfunction, all right, when the RPM shows 0, okay, maybe something stuck in the fan or something, or yeah, the fan is gummed up or something. So I just turn it off. I think that probably the reason I turned it off is because the other one was busted. So it is probably beeping all the time. All right. Okay, we're nearly there. Man, I've been like wiring stuff for like an hour. What a pain in the booty. It's a lot of wires, guys. It's still going to be kind of messy, but the important thing is just to route the wires away from, like, you know, the fans and stuff, because we want airflow, right? And we want it to be neat in there. So anyway, yeah, there's still a lot of spaghetti here. So I'm using fans 1 through 3. All right, number 1 is this guy. All right, both of these guys. It's going to control both of these. Number 2 is going to be this one right here, the intake fan. So I have 2 intake fans, and then the number 3 is the exhaust fan. All right, so number 4. I'm not know what I'm going to do with it, so I'm just going to not do anything with it. Okay. I'm going to leave the temperature probe and the fan connector up here. Okay, so it'll get the, you'll get the temps from up here. So I have a temperature probe here. I have the #1 temperature probe right here. All right, just hanging out right here, so we can get some temp for inside the case. And then I know I should just put one outside the case so I can tell what the temp is outside. Also, that's a good idea actually. And then I've got temp 2 back here. It's hiding in here. All right, that's what this wire is. And then I've got temp 4 is up here. Okay, and then temp 3 is the one that on the exhaust fan right here. Okay, so I've got 2 very big fans that don't spin very fast, but they move a lot of air. I've got a 120 millimeter slim fan over here for an intake for the front to cool the hard drives, but that one doesn't move that one doesn't spin very fast. That one is very silent. All right, at the highest RPM, basically the highest RPM for this is like the lowest RPM for that one. Okay, and then this one is really powerful fan. All right, and so this is the main exhaust fan. It's gonna just blow all the. So this fan, it has to be very powerful. All right, yeah, that's what I want to say. The fan has to be very powerful to get all that air out of the case. All right. Well, it's going to come out the top here too. So, and the power supply fan will also help bring exhaust air out also. So, yeah, I kind of feel like I have too much intake and not enough exhaust. But like I said, this thing moves a lot of air. All right, this thing will make a big difference. Once I crank that puppy up, it just sucks air out of the case. No problem at all. Okay. One thing I might want to do is maybe put a fan here, because there's a grill right here. However, the power supply fan is already there. I don't know why I installed the power supply upside down. Was there a reason that I did that? I can't remember, man. I think this is an exhaust, right? So, yeah, this is an exhaust. So there's no reason to really have this grill here. Because it would, yeah, basically it's sucking air from the top here and blowing it out that way. But you know what? I've had this like this for a long time, and I looked in there. It's like, it's not that dirty in there. I'm surprised it's fine. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna go tidy up the #4 wire since it's all spaghetti, and then yeah. So this is all the connections for the fan controller. All right. It's kind of tight in there now, so I can't really do anything. But it's a good thing we configured it before I put it in there. So we've got all the temp connectors here, and then all the fan right here. Okay, I'm going to put some zip ties around it to make the wiring a little neater, and then that's it. We're done with that. All right, I do have one more fan controller, but I don't think we're going to use it. I'm not sure. The one I actually bought a front plate with the fan controller right here. Whether we want to use that for fan 1 or whatever, we can change it later. It's not a big deal. Okay, but I just want to keep things like kind of like similar to how they were before, because that's how I remember how I used it. Okay, but yeah, I can add a lot more fans to this case if I wanted to. Okay, but I think with what I got, should be fine. Plus, we still have the CPU fan, so all right. So I'm gonna go tidy this stuff up, and then I will try to bolt this onto the case. Okay, another thing is I've got 2 extra probes right here. I don't know why they give you 2 extra probes. These ones don't have any labels on it. All right, yeah, there's no labels on it. The other ones have stickers. See, temp 4 here. So yeah, we'll just save this for something. Okay. Okay, I've run into a problem. So I could screw this in here fine. There's these holes here. There's these slots here to accommodate, you know, screwing stuff in rather than using the little slider trays. However, the screws aren't long enough, man. So see how far the plate is to where this is? For whatever reason, they made a big gap between that. I guess it's so the tray will fit in there. The plastic trays. This guy. So yeah, I don't know what to do. I need longer screws, all right, is what I need. I've managed to find one longer screw, all right, see how long it is compared to the other ones? It's literally twice as long, so I need to find some longer screws. So, out, and I looked and I looked and I looked. I tried to use this kind of standoff thing, and like kind of like these ones, the ones that are on the motherboard, but it doesn't work, man. It's not grabbing the other side, so I just need to find longer screws. That's all, and then we're good. So I've looking and looking. These screws aren't easy to find. They're really, yeah, what the heck. I'll keep on looking. All right, ta-da! I found some screws that work. All right, these guys, some of them are a little too long, but that's okay. That doesn't matter. There's really not much in there, you know. So basically, I made it flush with the Blu-ray, the BD-ROM, or the BD burner, and then so we can put this back on too. So, all right, it's starting to look like a computer again. There you go. Okay, cool. So we've taken care of this. This only thing is, without these little tabs here, there's a opening here, so that kind of sucks. I might want to stuff something in there. Well, you put some, maybe just put some tape on it or something. I don't know. Yeah, we'll just put some tape like right here to cover that gap, because like I don't want dust and stuff to get in there. So okay, so next thing we got in our box of goodies is the USB thing here. Okay, so we'll put this guy in next.